Yeah.
Your ass puts the crush cubes in your ass, nigga.
Mm-mm.
You put a bar of soap in your ass and you shoot it out.
Mm-mm.
Your ass put Chick-fil-A ice on your balls.
You put Sonic ice in your ass.
This fucking
You put
conversation.
hotel ice in your
This
bath water.
this conversation.
You put bath bombs in your booty.
What?
You put Drano in your ass.
You put Comet cleanser in your ass. What your ass did.
This is
All right,
fucking.
come on,
Yeah,
like,
This is
rolling
fucking
up.
disgusting.
what is going
What the
on
fuck is
here?
you doing?
Hey, hey, pro am? Girl, I ain't waiting to get on that shit. Y'all
How
trying to
many
play
you
right?
eat?
Trying to play right? Pro am shit a little
Rick.
bit
You
far
not.
fetched.
Check me, Rick. Been a Rick, fool.
Need a
Been a
fifth.
Rick, fool.
Huh?
I don't
Then
think.
she could have up me.
I don't think Steve's ready to play guard
Who
to go on.
not?
To go on the program.
Are you talking about pro am? I don't know. I'm not playing guard now.
What about proving ground?
I play guard and proving
I
ground.
don't know. Open.
Hey, I'm sending game invites.
Oh, I'm the first quarter, fool.
Oh
You
yeah,
finally
you
got me
come
another
on, boy.
mouse. Motherfuckers finna be
Quarter, fool.
on cool map game. Please.
You gonna be on cool math.
39 was technically for both the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team
You got a wireless mouse for?
Championships. That leaves just one belt, the coveted Intercontinental Championship. Since its inception in 1979, the Workhorse belt has been contested in 5 pay-per-view main
Get your
events,
ass in your
including
cage.
Mania
Get in the
6, a
cage.
one-night contest between IC champ the Ultimate Warrior
Go.
and World
Get
Champ
your
Hulk
ass.
Hogan. To date, this remains the only time the
You wanna be
company's
next,
second
bitch?
oldest active championship has featured in a Mania main event. Shockingly, it's also the only time in his career that the Hulkster ever challenged for the IC belt on TV.
Did
Actually,
he even
that's not
eat?
that shocking, is it? Hogan probably didn't even know that belt existed until a
I
secret
let
person.
him be free.
WrestleMania 7. Access also
Yeah.
released a collection all week for Road Warriors at
Oh, he
home.
did eat.
Hello,
Okay.
Call it WrestleMania. They are the only team in history to leave 3
I'm about
straight
to say,
weeks with
nigga.
titles, winning
Better eat.
matches,
Bro, they
World
leaked
Tag
Thor
Team
trailer?
Championships at numbers 4,
Yeah, I ain't
5,
want to lock
and
him up
6.
until he ate.
Then we come to WrestleMania
Yeah.
7. This time,
What?
our favourite Gibbs went up against
Nigga, they leaked
Ichiro
Thor
Tenryu
trailer already,
and
for.
Cody Katan, 2 wrestlers on loan from Japanese promotion.
Holy shit.
They
Nigga.
ventilated that motherfucker.
Mania to feature a demolition loss. That's not all though. As Alex was
Oh my
this match
god.
replaced by Crush, he maintains a
Everybody finna
perfect
get the
3
6
0
minutes.
record at Mania
Everybody getting leaked, boy.
undefeated streaks in the event's
Nah,
history.
nah, his shit, no,
So
his
I'm
shit
not saying
actually, nah, his shit
77-year-old
just,
back should become the new Undertaker,
Nah,
but I guess that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 8. The main event of
Hey.
WrestleMania is supposed to be the biggest
Take
match
me
of the year.
back.
Therefore, should always have a definitive
Motherfuckers wasn't ashy for 5
You've
days
got to
after that
protect
one
Hulk
day.
Hogan, of course. The final match of WrestleMania 8 saw Mr. Nanny go up against another jacked up blonde lunatic, Sid Justice.
I'm about to eat this
The
filet.
title outing down the card was a
Hey,
boring
Steve.
slog until Sid's man Pickleman attacked the
Steve.
What?
I'm about to eat
He's
this
supposed to
cheese
go to
filet.
Tango, but he was too
You about to eat what?
This cheese filet.
As it stands, this is the only Mania main event to end via the
I think I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A tomorrow.
Yeah, your ass do live, not live. You work across the street from that motherfucker.
Participating in the screwiest
I'll
You
stay
lucky
there.
bitch.
ain't no way.
Yeah, where else you gonna go?
Shit. I got Culver's over there. Wingstop.
Culver's
I don't
is
fuck.
over there.
I don't fuck with
McDonald's over there,
Wingstop.
ain't it?
Yeah, I hate that McDonald's though.
Yeah, I think that McDonald's bogus.
They burgers ass. They be salting their fries though. I get them that. That shit not guaranteed, bro.
I don't like those. I should.
Comes to the WWE Championship, however.
Got a pot bellies over here too.
Doing
Bro.
what?
Described as a match. Just went all over.
It was always an old ass one, so
White and boom.
It's never brand new.
And you got my heart eat running.
Ozzy song right there.
WrestleMania.
Got this super bad bitch.
First, wasn't for a world title.
Yeah, so who gonna be the fifth, bro? Jay here. Jay on 2K.
To be honest, let's put it. Mania 10 featured 2 matches for the World Championship.
I just recording you here.
One Bret Hart versus
Oh,
excellent
Huh?
to win.
I IQ'd.
For tonight, however,
Call Randy, bro.
Lex Luger. Remember the 1994 Royal Rumble, the double hung over the top rope, that whole thing. This match was refereed by Mr. Perfect, got into a shouting match with Luger, resulting in the total package giving him a shove. Perfect calls for the bell, making this the only world title match in Mania history to end by DQ. Poor Lex, all those gorgeous muscles and nothing to show for it. Well, except for the muscles, folks. WrestleMania 11. The main event of WrestleMania will go down as one of the strangest in company history. A pretty desperate attempt to garner each squeezing mainstream attention. WWE brought back Van Bigelow to go one-on-one with 2-time Super Bowl champion and real-life dodgy man Lawrence Taylor. This was LT's only professional match, and whilst Bigelow was a legend in the business, his greatest successes came outside of a WWE ring. All of this means that for the only time in history, WrestleMania was main evented by 2 men who never held a championship in WWE. The closest Bam Bam ever got was the final of a tag title tournament in which he and his partner Tatanka lost to the legendary combination of Bob Holly and the 1-2-3 Kids. Although neither of them main evented Mania against a disgraced football player, so who's the real winner? WrestleMania 12. This was one of the easiest entries on this entire list because WrestleMania 12 played host to an experiment that even WWE haven't been crazy enough to try again. The show ended with a match between Shawn Michaels and WWE champion Bret Hart. This wasn't just any match though, it was the first televised 60-minute Iron Man match in the promotion's history. There have been 17 Iron Man matches since this one, and none of them have been at Mania. WWE quickly realised that fans didn't want to sit through an hour-long match at the biggest show of the year, especially if it was going to be as dry as the one between HBK and the Hitman. At 61 minutes and 56 seconds, this is by far and away the longest match in Mania history. Even Triple H's most self-absorbed hasn't come close.
Because you want to go back.
We can't talk about
We actually make it.
talking about the one
Race just in general, or?
Whose matches have defined the show more than anyone else, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Tito Santana. Oh, yeah, and The Undertaker. By the time he dropped the curtain on his legendary career, the Hitman Mania record stood at 25-2. At that time, he only fought for 3 championships, and only once did he compete for the most prestigious prize in the company. WrestleMania 13 is the only one to feature The Undertaker in a WWE Championship match. Sadly, it was against Psycho Sid and was one of the worst title matches in the event's history. It did feature Sid allegedly tapping his pants, however, which makes it all worth it. Taker's other title matches were against Batista and Edge at Mania's 23 and 24, respectively, but both were for the World Heavyweight Championship of the WWE title. WrestleMania 14. Over 20 different championships have been defended at WrestleMania. I tried to work out exactly how many, but then I ran out of fingers and had to lie down. What I can tell you is that Mania 14 was the only one to feature a match for this specific title, the critically undervalued World Heavyweight Championship. The very bottom belt was defended in a second match on the show. Champion Takahiko returned Rios in just under 6 minutes. And that was it. The only major showcase the title would ever get. What a shame. The championship has a long and complicated history, but WWE recognised Michinoku's reign as the first one. It was treated like a complete smash for most of its run, evidenced by the fact that the longest reigning champion was Gilbert. So sometimes wrestling bloggers like to exploit but we in the business school a big fat Steve Shooterson from Shootstill USA, and the SDS does stand for Shoots. As far as we can tell, there has only been one WrestleMania match to end by a legitimate, i.e. upward finish. Unlike the so-called Sumo Challenge between Big Show and Acapulco of WrestleMania 21, that if you think that was anything other than pre-planned, then I have plenty of opportunity I'd really love to talk to you about. Anyway, back to Mania 15, and after winning the cursed Brawl for All tournament in 1998, Bart Gunn was given the honour of facing professional boxer Butterbean on the show. To the surprise of absolutely no one, Mr. Bean, no, not that one, laid Gunn out in just 35 seconds. Serves right for making Dr. Death look a wally, eh? WrestleMania 2000. WrestleMania 2000, which took place in the year 2000 as opposed to being the 2000th edition of the show, is notorious amongst wrestling fans for one stunning reason. The only singles match, singles in this case meaning one wrestler versus another wrestler, and that was Terry Miles versus the Cats. Even this was an additional bout, as it had a two-fight stipulation attached to it and featured shenanigans from Mae Young, Fabulous Moolah, and special guest referee With this in mind, Mania 2000 is the only edition of the show shows to have no men's singles matches on the entire card. It had a triple threat, a triangle ladder, a hardcore battle royal, which didn't resemble battle royal in any way, shape, or form, several tags, and a four-cornered elimination bout. But nowhere on this show did two blokes square up a one-on-one throwdown. Considering that Mania 2000 was they never went this route again. WrestleMania X7. Here it is, folks, the show widely regarded as the greatest WrestleMania of all time, if not one of the best wrestling shows, period. The reason why X7 is remembered so fondly is because of the insane number of legendary matches he played host to. Triple H versus Undertaker, Triple Threat, Shane versus Diggs, Rock versus Stone Cold Part 2, then there's the small matter of that night's tag title match. Edge and Christian, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley went to war that night in Houston in the second ever tables, ladders, and chairs match. Considered by many as the best the stipulation ever produced, perhaps that's why this Mania is the only one to have featured a TLC match. Given that 5 of the 6 men involved are still wrestling, maybe they could run it back at Mania 47. Please don't know. WrestleMania 18. Is this not hyperbole to say that without the star power of Hulk Hogan, the first 2 WrestleManias would not have succeeded as they did? The whole thing appeared on the first 9 shows, main eventing all but one of them. As people haven't got sick of the red and yellow by this point, Hogan wrestled all of these matches as a babyface. Frankel changed to a wrestling 2 celebration in 2002. The legendary icon versus icon showdown of WrestleMania
but obviously changing the comic book time that they're going to do the honors. Basically,
sure, the Canadian fans might have cheered him, but when the first bell rang, his character was a villain. He had his final Mania match the following year as a babyface against Vince McMahon before driving off into the sunset as a beloved hero
without the need of bells, special magic, or any technology like Dr. Doom.
Honestly, if you are being a pro wrestler is getting to choose an awesome dream name for yourself. Don't like being called Multi-Stop, try Badass Billy, Sick of being for having the name Michael Hickenbottom.
The sun will shine.
Heartbreak Michaels. Sometimes, though, a wrestler's real name is so cool that they don't need to change it.
Experience that
was the only time
he wasn't the one that actually said that. That looking guy, this
WrestleMania was at the 19th edition
back inside the TVA. So like,
Bro, why I can't?
So like he's
in the WWE Championship,
he didn't experience.
Oh.
Legend Thor.
Messing up a shooting star
This
Despite sounding
on
like
us again, bro.
from the pages of a Marvel
As
comic,
intense that the sun is shining
Steve.
on again. And probably the other biggest thing going on in the
Hey,
next
Steve.
several years beyond.
What?
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michaels, Triple H, Ray Wyatt, and The Rock. As Mr. Hustle loyalty and respect, he has eked out every single one of those victories with good, honest American way. With one notable exception. At WrestleMania 20, Cena won the show opening United States champion contest against the Big Show by with brass knuckles. This is the only time it's seen his entire WrestleMania career that he embraced the hate and won a match via cheating. He wasn't actually seen at the time and was on the way to becoming a very over babyface with the crowd in Madison Square Garden cheering on. Will we be with the same this moment and see WrestleMania 41? Like the Rolex, Mr. Rose. WrestleMania 21. Back when Vince McMahon was in charge of WWE, The record was that the offensive tag team
The actions in
was
the
like all of the teams always broke up in tragic circumstances. Despite this, most WrestleManias feature at least one tag team match.
early
I
days,
said most, but
Stuff like this.
where this is going. Because Mania
You're gonna get
21
those
is the only one to
I
feature
just
zero
remember many
tag team matches anywhere on the card. I'm sure some of you will already be furiously typing. Mania 25.
hopefully
It's true that there are no tag teams on that show's main card. There is one on the pre-show to get. Mania 21's pre-show match, however, was a 13-man inter-brand Battle Royal. Every other encounter that night was one-on-one, except for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Sorry, everyone who was in attending in 2005. Better luck next year. WrestleMania 22. Given that The Undertaker wrestled 27 times at the show shows, it's interesting that only one of those matches had signature stipulation applied to it. Because of the 23 televised casket matches to have taken place in WWE, only one has been at Mania. We have number 22 to thank for that, specifically the match between Undertaker and Bob Henry. The big on the world's strongest man went one-on-one for 9.5 minutes before Taker rolled Henry into the coffin and shut it. Given the 1996 chapter of the street ever had, he never bothered with another.
The fuck did it just do?
It's a goofy stipulation that felt pretty outdated even in 2006, and there probably are many fans desperate to see a return to the viewing spectacle. I say have a one. It's on here 23.
It kind of sucked. It wasn't my fault. I mean, at that budget, I could only afford.
Yeah, the company didn't have to look very far.
And I paired it with
old DX buddy Shawn Michaels was
3000 series, and even compromising. Running at low to medium settings. Well, not anymore. Intel has changed the global gaming computer scene with the release.
This is that for the first and only time ever,
Right here.
Everything
that you able is brand new hardware
chat matching Mania history period.
and all the veg
and lost the straps one night later off the latter.
and that's gotten them to where they
WrestleMania 24. Plenty is being written about how much WWE dragged the AEW brand through the mud after they resurrected.
I love the
He's trying to promote it, however. Sometimes the third brand was represented a few times at wrestling, but only once was its top championship defended on the big night. Around May 24, when Charlie Guerrero defended the belt against Kane, who had earned the opportunity on a pre-show battle royal. Oh, yes, those two legendary ECW stars, Chavo Guerrero and Kane. To make matters worse, the Big Red Machine popped up behind the champ, gave him a single chokeslam, and then pinned him for the gold in an embarrassingly short 11 seconds. That is the shortest title match in Mania history, by the way. 2 years later, ECW shut down forever, and it's felt retired with almost zero fanfare. At least it got its WrestleMania moment, I guess. WrestleMania 25. The time where big matches at Mania were not a sure thing. And even when they were booked, and guaranteed that a female star would come out on top. Mania 25 played host to the infamous Miss WrestleMania point, where women from WWE's past and present made their collective entrance as a backdrop to a kid rock concert, and then flung each other out of the ring whilst the commentators struggled to remember their names. Only it was a golden age. The match came down to Melina, Beth Phoenix, and a mysterious competitor called Santino Marella. This was, of course, Santino Marella pretending to be his own twin sister, and lo and behold, he won the match. Thanks to Mania 25, it only won a 0% win rate for its female stars. There were 24 women on the show, and none of them won a match. WrestleMania 26. One of these shows never seen the most rivals retired from in-ring competition for good. Lol. There were 2 world champion matches that took place at WrestleMania 26. Rumble winner Edge challenged the Dragon for the World Heavyweight title, whilst John Cena beat Batista for the WWE Championship. He was John Cena, and that's how things were done. This is where our unique fact comes from. Both of those sets of opponents have been tag team champions with each other. Jericho and Edge had been unified tag champs the year prior, while Cena and Batista held the World Tag Team Championships for 1 week in 2008. Don't ask me why, because I legitimately have no idea. This hasn't happened before or since on a show with multiple world title matches. We're pretty sure this wasn't WWE planned, but it's still a new coincidence, eh? WrestleMania. Unexpected. Inside, they were greeted by Edna's warm welcome, a wife stare and cool guys, and a TV show football that no one wanted to change. So they pulled up the BetMGM app and let's give it a live hurricane. But what was the fourth ring? Soon the whole world was pulled into that fun. Make it play your bet on the jam. The MGM Sports Fund. Make it legend.
Hey, nah.
Down to those medium specialty pizzas are just $9.99 when I'm mixing that shit. I figured premium pizzas, premium prices. What have I done? Clearly not as much as no. Ignore the legal version. This runway is your future because you're headed home. 27. Being home to some of the greatest title training of all. Defeating Michael, Steamboat defeating Savage, Rose defeating Reigns, Holly defeating the Hurricane. Were there any title changes like this at Mania 27? No. And why is that? Because there weren't any title changes at all. In fact, there were only 2 championship matches on the main card. World Heavyweight Champion Edge took on Alberto Del Rio in the opener, retaining the big gold belt in his final match for almost a decade. Then there was the main event, which saw The Miz defending the WWE Championship against John Cena. With 12 from The Rock, who cuts A-list and beat Cena to hold on to the gold. The match ended with same champions considered gun. There is a reason this is considered one of the worst Mania of all time, folks. It's all Mania 28.
Oh.
After Hollywood knows into big match John's business at Mania 27, something unprecedented happened the following night on Raw. Cena and The Rock agreed to face each other in the main event of the following year's Super Show. For the first and only time in Mania history, the final match had been announced an entire year in advance. In fact, this is the furthest in advance any Mania match has ever been made official. The fans had been able to guess or speculate about what big matches and moments might take place a few months in advance, but WWE never actively promoted a marquee matchup in this fashion ever again. This risky strategy really paid off, as Mania 28 is the most bought pay-per-view in WWE history. Goodness, a buy rate that healthy might make you consider doing.
Damn. Damn. Daniel.